and then I had other things that I was selling online as well. So I'm like, all right, I have enough money to finally just get up and do this move, because I've been wanting to move out of state, you know, from leave New York and move into a different state, but I just kept feeling like I did not have enough money, because I like to be comfortable. I like comfort. Okay.
When we pull up, them have to run left back. 9 ball inna the click, come back. The dark keys, so me fly them back. Go to car, we have 100 strap.
Hey y'all, hey. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Bella. I do a little bit of this. Well, I just drunk this and it got me burping. I'm trying to cut back on drinking my soda, because I feel like, I don't know, it got my stomach looking bloated. I don't know what it is, but it must be that. I drink a ginger ale a day. I love me my ginger ales, especially the seasonal ones they had out. But anyway, this is a sit down video. Okay, I ain't doing it in a while with y'all. I'm still on this computer working. I got 20 more minutes and that's it. It's the weekend. But this is my sit down video that I've was supposed to do with y'all about me moving to Florida from New York City. Pros, cons. I think it's a lot of cons more than pros. All right, so I moved out here. I wasn't gonna do this video today because I don't feel cute. I don't feel like, I didn't do my makeup. I just had a long week, y'all. Like the first week of January came in strong, okay? For me, like my money ain't been how it's supposed to be. I ain't been getting the money I'm supposed to be getting. They messing up my direct deposit. I'm expecting a certain amount of money and it's not coming in when it's supposed to. It's just been a week. For the first week of January, since that ball drop, it dropped with some, like, I don't know. January ain't playing fair right now. The first week of January ain't playing fair. But anyway, like I was saying, this is a sit down video about me relocating from New York to Florida. I wanted to move to Florida so bad because I just thought, I always come to Miami and I just thought living in Florida was gonna be like going to Miami. I've been to Miami a few times, South Beach, you know, loved it. Love the weather, love the beach, love everything, the party scene. Still burping. The party scene, everything. So I'm like, I did look at places in Miami, but it was very high. I don't know, for whatever reason I want to live in South Beach. But one day I'm gonna have that money and I'm gonna be able to give me a nice place around South Beach or in South Beach. Anyway, manifesting that. So I'm just started looking at other parts of Florida. Mind you, I never been to no other parts of Florida. Don't know nobody out here. Well, I did know people from New York that moved out here to Florida, but different parts like Orlando, and I knew people that went to Kissimmee a lot. They didn't live there, but they was always traveling back and forth here. So I'm at work, bored, on my phone, just sitting there, start looking up apartments in Florida. I put in Orlando, I put in, I think, Tampa and Kissimmee. Those are the parts that I put in. So I put in those parts and I didn't really see no apartments that I like in those parts. So I started giving up, and then I realized like I knew a lot, way more people in Atlanta, and then I like to party, so I'm like, Atlanta is the place for me, like, and all these people I know in Atlanta, so I definitely won't go out there feeling lonely. So I started looking more into Atlanta. I applied for quite a few places. Mind you, I'm watching all these shows, my rappers I like, celebrities I like, people that just live in Atlanta, and I'm watching all this, the Atlanta scenery, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to go there. This is where I need to be. Like, I would love it out there. So I started looking where T.I. was from. I put in an application to live out there. So I was finding the houses for rent. Realistically, I wanted to move into a house. I wanted to rent a house. I didn't want to rent an apartment, because that's all we stayed in New York was apartments. We did live in a townhouse or whatever at one point, but it was like I really didn't want to move from New York to live in another apartment. But after a while I didn't care, because it was going to be mine. Me and my kids was going to have this place for us moving forward. So I'm like, yeah, Buckhead. I'm going to Buckhead because I'm going to meet T.I. So I kept applying and living in Atlanta. And a lot of the places had a few of them had wait lists, because I started speaking to people that I know that lived out there. A few of the places had wait lists, so I'm like, all right, let me put my application and be on the wait list. A lot of them didn't get back to me. I didn't think like, oh, let me call and see why, you know, like see what's going on. I just kept applying. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, this was a couple of years ago. Maybe someone did call me, but at the time I probably wasn't ready to move. So I kept looking more. I don't know why. I just kept looking into Florida. I was like, between Atlanta and Florida, I'm gonna see who's gonna call me first. So when COVID came, I was like, you know what, we getting all this money. I stopped working my regular jobs. I had 2 jobs at the time. I stopped working both of them jobs. I was doing Instacart. If you're not familiar with Instacart, it's a delivery service where you could order. It's like DoorDash. You could order your groceries and things online, and it'll get delivered. We'll bring it to you. I was making so much money off that when COVID came. That was the only job I kept, and I was like, I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm never going back to work. Nobody's 9 to 5, 12 to 8, 3 to 9, 3 to 11. I'm not doing that no more. I could literally start my day early in the morning with Instacart, and I could end it by 3, 4 o'clock, 5 the latest. Already was pulling in almost $2,000. I had to wait at a regular job for 2 weeks to get almost $2,000, and sometimes it wasn't even that much money. It was probably like, after taxes, well, one job probably was like 8 and some change. Another job was maybe 1,000. I'd be lucky if it was 1,000. Between both checks, it was like almost 2,000, but one check alone wasn't giving me the money that I want. I know how much money I want. I know what, if I'm working, I know I want a certain amount of money because I want to live a certain kind of way, and I like a certain kind of lifestyle, and my kids like a certain kind of lifestyle. We like doing certain things and things or whatever. So basically, I was doing Instacart, so I felt like I had more time. I was like, yo, this money is coming in. Money is coming in every week. Like, we getting all this money every week. But sometimes it didn't even take 7 days to get that amount of money. Stick with me, y'all, because this is going to lead into my move. Anyway, so I had more time. I wasn't, you know, being watched at a job where I couldn't be on my phone and do my research. So I had more time to do my research once COVID came. So March, April, COVID came in March. I was supposed to go to DR that March 2020 to go have my surgery. I never went. Everything I canceled, postpone, however you say the word, however you say that word. Y'all know what I mean. So I'm just saving my money or whatever. And I'm still online looking, applying. I got nothing but time. I'm applying. Still applying at places in Atlanta, Georgia, or whatever, Florida. Boom. June, seeing this car. My first apartment out here in Florida was a condo. It was a 3-bedroom, 2 full bathrooms. I was on Zillow just applying. One place did call me back. Some of them did reach back out to me. Quite a few of them did not reach back out to me. And when they called me back, they was like, one place told me, they asked me when I wanted to move, and I said I want to move like in August. So they was like, oh, you applying too early. Applying when it's closer to your moving date. I'm like, okay, fine. Being from New York, everybody who's from New York or living in New York know when you want an apartment, if I want to move this year, I need to start applying like 2 years ago to move somewhere in New York, and hopefully they'll call me this year, because I'm still on a lot of waiting lists for apartments in New York that never called me till this day. They still telling me to update my application to remain on the wait list, and this is over 5 years ago. In New York, you don't get caught like that for apartments, especially income-based apartments. You don't get caught fast like that at all. So I wasn't used to the process moving fast for apartments. So the lady told me, oh, call back when it's closer to the date that you want to move in. You're calling too far out. All right, cool. I never even bothered with that apartment no more. June, I applied for this condo. The rent was $1,230. I'm like, oh, $1,230, I could afford that on my own. Me and my kids, my 3 kids, y'all know I got 3 kids. So me and my 3 kids, we could afford this apartment. I could afford to pay rent, my car, maintain my lifestyle, pay my bills and everything. Plus, I'm saving so much money from all this money that I'm making doing Instacart. We was getting all this money from unemployment, and then I had my online eyelash store, and then I had other things that I was selling online as well. So I'm like, all right, I have enough money to finally just get up and do this move, because I've been wanting to move out of state, you know, from leave New York and move into a different state, but I just kept feeling like I did not have enough money, because I like to be comfortable. I like comfort, okay? Like, if I'm not comfortable, then like my attitude is crazy. Like, I'm not happy at all. Like, if I'm not comfortable, then it's just not going to be a good scene. It's just not. It's not. Like, no, I have to be comfortable and happy. Because if I'm not, everybody around me is going to feel it. And I don't know why, but they just will. Because my attitude. So anyway, I'm like, I can't live nowhere and not be comfortable or whatever. So financially, all that. Alright, so the lady, I did the application in June. The lady reached out to me. It went fast. She was like, I had to send like an application fee. I don't know why they charge you money to do a paper, to fill out a form. Like, it makes no sense to me. But anyway, sent the money for the application. You know, they had to do a background check, whatever kind of check they had to do, they did. I just ate, y'all. My stomach is feels so full. But anyway, so whatever kind of check they needed to do, then she was like, oh, congratulations. She gave me a tour of the apartment on FaceTime. She was like, I like everything that I seen. She was like, well, if you like what you seen, you can do the application. So I sent the money for the application, the application fee, and she did whatever she did, and she got back to me within like that same week or whatever, and was like, congratulations, you've been approved. I said, huh, what? What? I got approved for an apartment, for real? Like, what? I was so happy, because a lot of times I don't get approved for things, or it's not that, like, well, mainly credit cards, a lot of credit cards. I'm just not used to hearing you got approved that fast for something. So anyway, so she was like, well, when would you like to move in? You could give, I gave half of the money. I think I paid like almost $3,000 just to get the apartment, between first month's rent, security, and something else it was. So I gave half of the money. I sent them half of the money, and then when I got my keys, and no, I was not worried about getting scammed. I don't know, I just trusted Zillow. I know on what's that app that everybody was used to look at apartments on, Craigslist. I like, even on Zillow, I'm not saying it, I don't know, but I wasn't worried about getting scammed, because I sent like over $1,000, and then I think I gave the money order. I had to, when I went down there to pick up my keys, I went in July, I gave like $2,000 and some change in the money order. So I went to the office, gave them the money order, got my keys. Got her keys. I was happy, y'all. I was so happy. Got my keys, went to Walmart, spent like almost $600 buying the basic things that I needed for the house, you know, because I'm like, I gotta bless the house, I gotta clean the house. And it was really clean. Like, it was, I just wanted to do my own cleaning, you know. I feel more comfortable doing my own cleaning. The bathroom, I got my shower curtain, I got my rugs, I put up a little bit of stuff in the house. My kids didn't see the place yet. They were still in New York. I only stood out here for a week. I just came to get the keys, paid the rent prorated, so I didn't have to pay the whole month rent, because by the time I came out here, it was like July 17th, somewhere around there. You know, most of the month is gone already. Now, I started shopping for little house items and everything like that. I didn't order the furniture until I came out here, and that we came August 27th. Me and my kids, we came out here August 27th. I'm about to get to that, y'all, because that was hell. That was hell getting out here with me and my kids, okay? We flew from New York. We missed our flight. Okay? I was in the airport crying, because when I get aggravated, frustrated, these tears is going to roll down his face, okay? I was in that airport crying. TSA made us miss our flight. So we moving to Florida, y'all, to my room. We're shipping these boxes. Here letting the numbers go up. He give me all the prices. Y'all see all our suitcases? Lord. They said Terminal 1 for JetBlue, and now we gotta go up and get on the air train, because it's really Terminal 5. They gave me the wrong terminal in my email, so I'm annoyed about that. I'm just trying to make sure we make our flight though. First time at the airport. Y'all excited? Yes. Can't wait to get on the plane. Ah.
No, that's your phone. You can order it.
So quick update. We missed our flight. Yep. We're still at the airport. We should have been in Florida by now, but TSA at Kennedy Airport sucks. Really sucks. And they held us up to the point where we missed our flight. I kept telling the flight attendant, I mean the TSA person, our flight is leaving in 20 minutes. We got here an hour early, and I'm just over it. Like, I really wanted to be in Florida by now. Now I'm stuck here waiting for another flight that don't leave till 3. And yeah, then we got a connecting flight. Like, I'm over everything today. Getting some food. We ain't eat all day. And Dunkin' Donuts. Soon as we landed, guess who had to go shopping? Got some stuff for the house for tonight. So tomorrow, come back out. It's the mall out here. Well, one of the malls. There's a few out here. I know that we missed our flight yesterday and had to catch another flight. And our suitcases been in the airport since yesterday. Just got back. Just got to the airport to pick up our suitcases. We had 6 suitcases here. Thank God I was able to get them today. Missed our flight. CSA made me, in my case, miss our flight. Oh. They made us miss our flight because my son had his Xbox in his book bag, and when he took off his book bag, they put it through the machine, and then they're gonna pull it aside like he has something hidden in that shit. Mind you, my son was like, my son is 11 now, 11, 10, 9. He probably was like 8 at the time. Like, I'm like, oh, my flight is leaving soon. They took so long, and I told him, like, my flight is gonna leave soon. Like, we have to make it to that gate. If y'all know New York airport's is big as shit, and it's a lot of walking to get to your damn gate. So they ain't give me, they ain't apologize with like nothing. Like, they didn't give a they did not give a fuck that I missed my flight, that y'all held us up at TSA. And I'm telling y'all, once I start hearing them saying flight 12, gate 8, last call, or you have 5 minutes, whatever they was saying, I'm like, oh, that's my flight, y'all. Like, can we hurry this up? I was getting aggravated. I was about to curse the TSA lady out. I think I started cursing her ass out because, like, no, we gotta go. We have to go. Of course, they didn't give 2 fucks. I hate TSA in New York. I hate them. Like, they piss me off all the time. Like, it's very rare I go to the airport in New York and I don't get pissed off at TSA because they always doing some bullshit. Like, I hate TSA in New York airports. Ugh. Anyway, so missed the flight, crying, mad, me and my kids. I'm online. I just was like, yo, either we go. First of all, we had 8 suitcases. We had 8 suitcases, y'all. Hold on, this my man and my man. Let me see what he want. Hey, babe.
You got the money?
No. You think I got some money because I'm smiling?
Yep.
Oh, no. I was just telling my story.
Huh?
Hey, y'all. I'm back. Okay, let me finish this story time. I done changed my outfit. My daughter done fixed my edges on the wig that she installed. Yeah. And I got me some wine. I don't normally like barefoot, but the Moscato I could drink, but they Chardonnay, got my wine opener, because you know we don't I don't got time to be playing with these corkscrews. Put it on, take it off, and that's it. But all right, so let me continue my story about me moving to Florida and how it all went. So we got to the airport. I left off at the part where I'm saying like we missed our flight because TSA wanted to pull my son's book bag across with the Xbox in it. You know, I was crying, I was mad or whatever. So at that point I was ready to just I had left my car in New York, so I had got driven to the airport in my car. I was just ready to call and be like, can you call my brother and be like, can you come and pick me up? Like, I'm not even going no more to Florida. This is a sign. I done missed my flight. I'm not going no more. Fuck it. Then I was just like, I had to really think in the airport. I had to sit down and just think. And I'm like, you know what? I already invested so much money into this move. I ordered all my furniture, all my packages is coming to the house. Like, literally, I'm gonna insert pictures and videos of how it was when we first got here and everything. So I'm like, all my items are coming to the house. Like, what the hell? What do I mean I'm not going? I'm gonna spend over $5,000 on furniture. So I'm like, nah, let me get it together. So I thought about the flights. I kept looking if it was any flights leaving that day. So mind you, I caught 4 plane tickets round trip. My light went off, y'all. 4 plane tickets round trip. I caught for like 3 something, 4 something. It was a good deal because when COVID came, all these flights was like real cheap. I went to Puerto Rico for like $200 and something round trip, and that was 2 tickets for 2 and some change. But anyway, so I caught a good deal for us to come to Florida, me and my kids. So I'm in the airport looking through flights for that same day. We had to wait a few hours though. Like we would have landed here in Florida early in the day, but being that we missed our flight, I had to look for another flight, and we had to wait there hours. Oh, shit hot. We had to wait in the airport hours. And when I tell y'all, I done bought breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything. We had our dog with us, so we walking around the airport or whatever. We didn't check in our suitcases yet. No, I'm lying. We did check in our suitcases because you know you can't get on a plane before with 8 suitcases, even though it was 2 a piece, but they only let you get on with 1 personal item, 1 carry-on. So we all checked in our suitcases. Our suitcases made it on a flight. They landed out here in Florida way before we got here. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. So we just walking around with our suitcase, personal item, plus carrying our dog in the dog bag. It was a lot. Like me and my kids was tired. I felt bad for putting them through that, but it wasn't my fault. It was TSA. But you know, as a mother, you still feel some kind of guilt. Like, oh damn, my kids is really in this airport just walking around. I'm spending extra money that I did not plan on spending. And I had to come, when we landed, I had to go to Target and pick up, my kids, I bought an airbag when I came in July to get the keys, but my kids I had ordered sleeping bags for them and some food for them to eat, like little things they could pop in the oven, nuggets, fries, and things like that. So when I came out here, I didn't have no car because like I said, I left my car in New York because that car ended up, it was giving me problems, and I was like, I'm not bringing it out here. Like, I was trying to ship it out here, but because y'all know I don't like driving like that, so ain't no way I was going to drive 13 hours by to Florida. Hell no. So we in the airport. I found another flight. The other flight was way more money. That shit was like $700. I spent $750 for 4 round trip tickets. Not even a good deal like what I got the first time when we was originally supposed to come out here. Our first round of tickets was a good deal, 4 and some change, 3 something, 4 something for 4 round trip tickets. It's good. So I wasn't happy about that, but thank God I have the money. You know, I had the money in my account to do that. You know, some people wouldn't have been like able to just repurchase tickets like that right away. Told y'all I was saving. We was getting a lot of money, so I wasn't being a dummy spending all my money, even though I was going on trips and stuff like that. And I did have my surgery. We moved out here in August. I had my first surgery in September, but instead of me being that I told you I didn't get to go to DR in March, I had decided to book in Miami because I'm like, you know, I'm already out here in Florida, so Miami's not that far. I'm like fuck it, let me just go to Miami. But anyway, so I did all that in the midst of moving. Moved out here in August. September went for my surgery. My mother tried to get me to cancel it. I was like, no, I'm not letting this move stop my surgery. Hell no. Anyway, so finally got on a plane. It was nighttime. Y'all gonna see the video I'm gonna insert in the pictures of how much stuff we had with us, me and my kids. So finally got on the plane, landed out here. It was like 9, 10, after 9, 10 o'clock at night. It was hot as shit out here. It's my kid's first time being, well, my oldest daughter had came to Florida before, but she came to Orlando. She went to Universal, so it was her first time being in Florida. But my 2 other little kids, it was their first time coming out here. So we landed, caught an Uber, couldn't get our suitcases. Oh, that's not even on. Couldn't get our suitcases because, of course, the suitcases made it here hours earlier when we were supposed to, but they locked them in the room. The airline had locked them in a room, so I had to come back the next day and get our suitcases, spend more money in the Uber the next day, coming back to the airport. Airport was like a 30-minute drive from where I was living at the time. So their airport out here is not like New York, like flights go out of New York all night long. Out here, it's like they be open. The airport is open, but if there's no flights or nothing at that time, it's hard to speak to somebody in the airport. Like you'll probably see like the janitor cleaning up, but most of the places to eat, the restaurants and stuff is closed, especially if it's late night and you can't speak to nobody who works for the airline. They're gone until they have flights the next day. So okay, so we got an Uber, went to Target, picked up I did an online order when I was still in New York for Target. So for the things that we would need for the night for my kids and everything. Picked it up. We were so tired and aggravated. Like it was hot. Like I said, it was hot out here. It was hot. This was in August. Why is my flat iron not staying on? This was in August. So we caught another Uber, finally got to the house. I was excited to see my kids' reaction. They loved it, everything. I was just so happy. It was like my first place on my own, just me and my children. You know, I used to live with their father and stuff like that, but that was like, this is like really my own place, just me and my kids. I did this by myself. I was so happy, like I accomplished this all by myself. So we came to the house, we got to the house. You know, my kids got comfortable, popped some food in for them. They had sleeping bags, they was up playing on their devices and everything. I had boxes coming from New York. So as the next day, I went to the airport, got my suitcases that was there, started settling in the house, unpacking and everything. So each day I had my boxes coming from New York. I use UPS, I believe. UPS. When I tell y'all, I spent like almost $800 shipping all my things that I needed from New York in boxes. When I tell y'all that half of that shit got stolen, I even had some new hair that I had ordered in the summertime. I was trying out this vendor because I wanted to sell hair, and I put it in one of the boxes and it was gone. My packages stopped and I only got like a few of my boxes, maybe 2 or 3 of them. 4 boxes got stolen, never got delivered to my doorstep out here at all, and they only reimbursed me $100. I was crying. I was pissed. My son Xboxes, sneakers, so much stuff was in them boxes. Things for the dogs, everything for all of us that we needed. Like my hair was almost $400 alone in them boxes. I was just so over this. Like when I tell you, I feel like ever since I moved out here to Florida, I haven't been having good luck at all. Like I haven't been having good luck. Things been way harder for me than I feel like it would be if I was still living in New York. And what I realized with myself, I'm used to comfort. I like comfort. So New York is my comfort. I guess I get aggravated in New York. Yes, people. Yes. I'm gonna get aggravated whenever somebody pisses me off or whatever. Like I did want it to change. I did live out the country for 4 years. My family's not from America. You know, they from a Spanish country and in Central America. And you know, my mother sent me out there when I was younger. We used to go out there all the time. I lived out there for 4 years. Had my first daughter there, but I wanted to change from New York. First of all, I hate the cold. So this fan iron is pissing me off. I hate the cold weather. And that was like my biggest thing to get out of New York from the cold weather. And I was sick of certain people or whatever. I wanted to just be far away, where I didn't know nobody. I thought I was gonna make a lot of friends out here. I thought I was gonna be like, it was gonna be like how I be in New York. You know, I'm very sociable. I love going to visit, hang out with my girls, have fun. I wanted to have like girls game night in my house, sleepovers. Like my friends didn't really travel out here to come see me. I'm not mad at them, but because I know I would never get all my friends, my whole group of friends out here at one time. So I just figured I was going to be meeting people out here and I was just going to have like new friendships and things like that. No, like the few girls that I came across, I think 2 of them moved, 2 I still kind of keep in contact with. We're friends on social media. One of them is friends with me on social media. We chilled at my house before. The other one, we have each other numbers. If I call her right now, she'll probably answer. We chit chat. We met at a job. But the rest of the girl, one girl, it just went left. It didn't work. I just was over it. I'm like, I got my own place and I can't do the things I thought I was going to be doing in my apartment. But basically what I'm saying is, it's nothing like I expected it to be, living out here with so many things. Friendship wise, being able to just get up and go how I go in New York. I could move around. I don't even need a car. I had a car in New York, but I didn't need it. Like, it was times where I would leave my car parked and be like, I'm gonna just either Uber or take the train there, take the train to my destination, and either get a ride back home or where I'm going after that, or just, you know, take the train back. I would always take the bus if the ride was short. Literally, we would take the bus to me and my kids go out to eat, go to the movies, you know, to get across town. And across town, if it wasn't no traffic, we'll get across town in less than 30 minutes. Now, where I was living at when I first moved out here, we lived by the mall, and which was cool because I was like, no traffic. I was like 10 minutes away from the mall. I was by all the stores, Target, Bye Baby, Home Goods. I was by everything. But you still had to drive, you know. And I was by Costco's, BJ's, everything where I was living at. That side where I was living at is way better than this side. I used to always, you guys see in my previous vlogs, like you guys see how my apartment looked. My kitchen was way better and bigger than this apartment I live at now, and I'm just can't wait. I'm manifesting a nice house this year. I'm getting out of this place where I'm living at here. I won't be here this whole year. But I just feel like things are so different. Like, it is so different. First of all, it's nothing like Miami. People, the parties out here is completely different. They don't stay, parties don't last past 2 in the morning unless you find like a low undercover spot, after hour spot. You found the afties, you know, that they throwing parties till like after 3 in the morning. I used to go out every weekend in New York, every weekend. I would start my weekends would start on Thursdays. Like, if you're from New York, you already know on Thursdays we go to Salsa con Fuego, okay? And that starts off our weekend. And there's so many events like in New York all the time. Me and my friends looking at flyers, sending each other parties like, yeah girl, we going here, yeah girl, we going there. I miss that so much. Like, when I tell y'all I was so miserable out here, like miserable. The only time I would really have fun is when my brother came, used to come out here to visit. You know, he would drive my car, we would go places, or that's about it. That is about it. I mean, I have the girl who I used to be real close and friends with from New York. She moved out here, you know, like that following year, that January. But me and her fell out and we don't speak. And she's the reason why I don't have my car no more. So yeah, like, I just don't have good luck. I feel like I don't have good luck. I manifest good things in my life, but it just haven't been going good. Like, last year I was supposed to go to Jamaica, and then all of a sudden I had to hurry up and move into this apartment because they wanted me to, they decided they wanted to sell the condo where I was living at. So all my money for my Jamaica trip went into me having to move, suddenly move, which was not my plan. I liked the apartment, the condo I was renting. I loved it. It was on the 3rd floor. It was hard when I went food shopping and carry all the grocery stuff up the stairs, but I like my condo. It was nice. My kitchen was beautiful. I have a nice shower in my bedroom. My bedroom was a good size for me. My closet was a good size. If y'all look at my previous vlogs, y'all could see like everything. My kids' rooms wasn't that close to my rooms, and they all had their own room. Where I live at now, they don't even have 3 bedrooms. I requested one. They don't even have it. Like, for this apartment is so old-fashioned. Like, it's crazy. Like, I cannot wait to move. I'm moving this year. Right after my birthday, I plan on moving. And I'm manifesting this, and I'm gonna get me my nice kitchen, and I'm gonna have my shower back in my bathroom. I got a bathroom in my room, but it's nothing like my old bathroom. So anyway, y'all know I be all over the place. So back to when I first moved out here. So yeah, so I didn't get all my packages from FedEx. I fought that case for like 3 months just for them to give me that little bit, that $100. Like, what? That didn't even equal all my items that I had in them boxes. So, you know, try to get adjusted out here and everything like that. My kids did homeschool for a few days in the house, and then the rest of the week they would go to the school. So it was like 3 days, I think 3 days home, 2 days school, or 4 days home, 1 day school, something like that. My oldest daughter just did homeschool for her whole first semester of high school. Then after New Year, she decided to go into the school. And, you know, one thing I can say that worked out good, my daughter taught herself to drive since we moved out here. Because, of course, in New York, she was always taking Ubers, getting on the bus, the train with her friends and everything. So she did teach her. She was a self-taught driver. Like, me and her used to, I was nervous at first, but we used to go outside the complex. We used to ride from one gate to the next gate. I wasn't trying to do the streets. They drive crazy out here. Very crazy. It's always car accidents out here all the time. Like, the amount of people that got killed. So my daughter went to high school with one of her friends in high school got killed on his prom night. This is in red. I don't know what that means, but my numbers is in red. But if I don't get to finish telling y'all this story, I'm gonna have to do like another part. Okay, I don't know why my camera just stopped recording, but yeah. So I didn't get all my things, you know. I got my kids settled in school. I had them in charter school. The charter school is right next to the apartment where we live, so my kids was able to walk there. Now, as for me, I'm still trying to do the same things I invested myself into in New York, which was selling food, bartending and things like that. I tried to sell food out here. It did not go as planned at all. I got discouraged and I stopped. You know, in New York, I'll put up my flyers. There's people doing pop-up shops. They're doing this. I'm getting invited. Like, you want to go here, you want to do this, you want to sell food here. You know, it's all different types of opportunities. And out here, I join groups on Facebook, try to make friends or find business people, you know, people that girls like that, entrepreneurs, and you know, that's into the same things I'm into, and where we could have opportunities to sell our products, our food, whatever it is, you know. I will post in that group. These girls will barely interact with my posts. It's crazy. And people be like, why you don't sell food? Why you don't sell food? That's the reason why I don't sell food out here. Because the feedback ain't nothing like what I would get if I'm in New York. Basically, moral of the story is it's hard moving from one state to another when you don't really. What I should have did was, before I even put money down on that apartment, me being such in a rush to move and get my own place and leave New York because I wanted to change for a little while, I should have came out here and explored Florida. Like, I should have at least came out here maybe like 2 months at a time and just, you know, see what it's like, see what the party scene is like, see what the just everyday life things that I'm used to doing. I miss taking my shopping cart, just rolling down the street, going to the supermarket. I be in this house stuck. I gotta take an Uber if I don't have a ride, which 9 times out of 10, if I'm not with my man, I don't have a ride because I don't know nobody out here that could give me a ride. So it's just so hard. It's a big inconvenience for me, like big inconvenience out here, not having no car, not being able to just up and go. They got buses out here, and I was told if you ride the bus, you know, it's nothing like New York when we get on a bus to get to and from our location. They said you gotta wait an hour or so for the bus. They said it's like a 2-hour bus ride, which 2 hours wait. Y'all make me feel like I'm going to another state, being like I'm riding the Greyhound or something. Like, huh? I just can't. I just can't get into it. Like, y'all, I be in this house, like, I be so depressed at times. Like, the only good thing, and I tell my man this all the time, the only good thing that happened to me moving out here in Florida was when I met him. Like, I told him if I didn't meet him, I think I would have been packed up and left. He keeps me grounded. He keeps me happy. He keeps me, like, everything good. Like, I just feel like I got a reason to stay here now. Even though I'm trying to convince him to let's move out of this city, I don't want to be in the city. No, it's not for me. Like, it's just not. It don't fit my lifestyle at all. Like, I like to go out. I like to have fun. I like to be outside and doing different things. And I just feel like this city, I can't get into it. Like, when I go to the parties, the music is not my kind of, they play songs I never heard of in my life. The DJs is nothing like what I'm used to when we go to parties in New York. It's just like, if you want to move out of state, I feel like your best bet is to go visit that state. If you've never been before, visit it and just see what it's like. Whatever, like, the things that you're into, see what it's like out there in that city. And if I don't know, I just can't get into a lot of things out here, like, at all. Like, I don't like having to drive everywhere. That's number one for me. Having to drive everywhere, I don't like that at all. I can't. I hate that. I'm used to going down a block to go to my doctor's office if I needed to run to my doctor's office real quick. I'm used to going down a block to the supermarket, you know, to go to Costco's, Target. I could walk. There ain't no Target over here. Like, the Target, you gotta go across the highway, get on the bridge. Like, you can't even walk there if you wanted to. It's just so different. Oh, and let me act like, if you need any type of assistance, you know, I left certain things in New York, but they won't accept it out here. And I thought that I could find a place that would accept it. Like Medicaid, they won't accept my Medicaid out here. So then I tried to get Medicaid out here. They denied me. I don't know why. And I just still go to the doctor in New York. Like, that's it. Me and my kids, we go once a year for our annual checkup. We go in New York. I just don't know why they wouldn't accept my shit out here. My food stamps, still in New York. I'm not, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I still use my mother address. That's it. Like, my ID is still a New York ID. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not switching nothing at all. I'm not. Nope. Not doing that. If you get any type of like I just feel like in New York you get way more help with anything that you need. It's so certain things that I'm used to, like, I know you could get in New York, I try to get it out here. And when I call, you know, we got 311 in New York, so I guess every state is different. The three numbers is different, because in New York ours is 311, the hotline for help to report anything or whatever. So out here I think it's 211. So I call and they was like, they was confused when I was asking for these things, you know, like, and I'm just like, what? Like, how I never even heard of that? I don't have these services out here. It baffles me. Like, I don't know. Like, if I could do it all over again, it just, me and my man have this discussion all the time, because I'm like, if I could do it all over again, no, I would not move out here. But then he's like, you wouldn't meet me, and I'm like, I know I wouldn't have met you, but it's just like, and I don't want y'all to be like, oh, she only staying there because I'm a man. Nah. Okay, I'm just saying the best thing that happened to me while me being out here was meeting him, because I told him I was ready to go. I was in this apartment many nights, many days crying, because I don't have nobody out here. It's just me and my kids. Like, I'm ready to go and be around my comfort, like be around everything and everybody I love and who love me, who I could just move around. I don't feel stagnant. I don't feel stuck. I don't know why my shoulders hurting me. I feel so stuck out here. Like, I just feel so stuck. I feel like I won't prosper and I can't achieve certain goals that I want to achieve. Like me with the food thing, like, I feel like it would not take off out here. Like, I done promote. I done put my food up on different groups. I done even message people who I don't know just because I see they from the same city, and there's still no money coming in from doing it. But I see girls who I met this one girl from the surgery group. We went to the same clinic in Miami, and she's from here. You know, that girl never once shared my food page or not, and never said, you know what, you new to my city, because if somebody come to New York and I could put you on to help you, I'm going to do that. That's just what I'm going to do. Never once. But we could both do the same thing. We not like, you sell food, I sell food. We both selling our food. That don't mean I'm stopping your money or you stopping my money, because your food ain't the same like my food. That's it. Even your whole menu ain't the same like my menu. So I would kindly try to put you on to how you could get some money out here doing what you love to do too. So I'm like, you know, I shared her stuff a few times. I don't know. I just did it just because, like, not because I really follow people from out here on my social platforms. Most of the people is from either people that follow me from YouTube, whatever state they live in, or people who I knew from New York that lives in other states. But for the most part, it just, I never got like nobody out here that try to like put me on to make sure like I could make money doing what I want to do. Like, I don't want to work for nobody. I want to sell my food, and my food is going to sell. And it's gonna sell, and it will sell. Like, you know, but people, I don't know, like, they think you want to outshine. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but like, I just felt like when I asked around, when I asked questions, how can I go about selling this? I was trying to put a vending machine in the mall with my lashes. They denied me. They said somebody already got that idea, and I did see the girl in the machine in there, but I'm like, why that it only could be one? You know, y'all can have more than one. So I went to this girl pop-up shop. I met her out in the store somewhere, we conversated with each other. She said she was opening a beauty supply store not so far from my house, and I saw her, I was selling lashes and I was trying to get a lash vending machine. She told me, oh yeah, you can put it in my store, you could do this, just come to my grand opening and we're gonna talk business. Da, da, da. You know, when I got to that girl grand opening, that girl barely paid me any attention. She waved at me, said hi, and she was so engaged with whoever, like all her family and friends. I just felt dumb being there. Like, I left. They all had champagne bottles. They was pouring. She was like, oh, we got food for sale in there. So I went around and looked, and you know, they didn't have the shop all the way together yet, but she never once said, oh, like, she sells lashes, she cooks if anybody's interested, or she told me to bring my business cards. I did that. Like, she didn't even, and I'm just standing there looking dumb. Like, I don't know nobody, none of these people, but I'm trying to mingle and trying to see how I could get my stuff I want up and running. Me saying that is to say this. I just feel like me being in the city, I would never prosper with the things I want to prosper in. And I just explained what I'm trying to do, some of the things I'm trying to do with the food, with my lashes. I'll be promoting myself, putting my stuff out there, but I never really found a real genuine friend out here. Like I met people, but it's not like, oh my god, like we really got a good friendship, a good bond with each other. Like, no, without my man, like as far as being around other adults, well, me and my man's sister is very cool. We very, you know, we got a good bond. But she do her own thing at times. You know, I be wanting to go somewhere and do this. If she busy, she busy. And then it's like, if my man don't want to go, then I just don't go. But I did go out by myself. People like, oh, go out by yourself, try to meet people. I did that. I didn't meet no girls. Nobody didn't come up to me and try to be friends or none of that. Like, you know, it just, I had a guy come up to me. He tried to talk to me. He bought me drinks. And like, the next day he was like blowing up my phone talking about a whole bunch of nothing. That's another thing. I felt like I always attracted the wrong kind of guys. Like, guys that just, like, I don't know, what they don't be wanting nothing. They just want, that's what they want, what's down here. Like, and it ain't happening, because no, you ain't even trying to take me around, do things with me, make me want you. Like, that's why with my man now I shot my shot. But anyway, yeah, I feel like it was better like that. But he could have still been an ain't shit guy too. I heard he want to see this and be like, what, you talking about me? No, babe, I love you, but I'm just saying, just because I shot my shot, it could have still went, you know, opposite of how I wanted it to go. But I don't know. But anyway, he's a good one. But what I did realize is some men are good men, but they don't know how to be a good boyfriend. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that in another video, another vlog over there. We're gonna talk about that. I realized that you could be a great man, but you're not a good boyfriend. Let me let that sink in. Let me let that sink in real fast. Okay? I'm flying in my head like I'm going somewhere. I ain't going nowhere but to my bed waiting for my man to come home from work. I just want to chat with y'all. This was a long awaited video. I hope I covered everything though about moving to another state. I feel like if you're gonna do it, if you've never been to that state before, visit, check out certain things. You know, the schools. I know I wanted my kids to go to charter school, so I was Googling charter schools in my area before we moved out here. Just look into certain things. I feel like just if I would have came to visit, I would have still waited for somewhere in Atlanta to call me. Now it's just harder because I really met this man that I love so much, and I feel like he's like, I hate saying it, but I just feel like he's just like, he just, I don't know. I'm not trying to leave my man. Let me just say that, like, I'm not trying to leave him at all. Like, and I don't want a long distance relationship. I had enough of those. I would never do a long distance relationship again. Not for me. And I did it more than once, and every time it never, like, they always ended up with the next bitch. They ended up with the next bitch. And told me it was just they in my face like it was just us, but they know they had what they had going on, because I wasn't there no more with them in that country or that state. Man, I don't know. I'm at the age where I just want my man, and that's what I want. I want mines, and we just gonna be locked in and be together, and that's it. So more like now it makes it harder for me to just be like, damn, I'm up and leaving this state. But I do feel like I do want to prosper with my goals and everything, and I'm not gonna let nothing get in that way. Even if I gotta travel on the weekends, you know, and do the things I want to do in another state. Like, I just feel like I come across opportunities in Atlanta, and Atlanta is not that far from me. Well, Atlanta is like 5 hours, I think. Well, I take the plane. That shit like 30 minutes, please. You know, I'll ride with somebody, but I ain't driving at all. Is it still on? But yeah, like, it was just crazy moving out here. I lost a lot. I think I lost more than I gained. The only good thing I gained was getting my own place, like being able to say, hey, I live in a condo. Like, you live in a condo? I had a pool, gym, everything. Where I live at is 10 times way better than where I'm at now. But yeah, that's just it. I just wish that I would have researched a little bit more. I wish that that little week that I came out here, I already paid enough money. So I already paid half of the what I needed to pay, you know, to live out in the apartment. So I didn't come out here to just look around. I came out here on business. I came out here to stand on business, y'all. Came to get my keys and get my apartment ready, furnished and all that. I did it wrong. I admit. Lesson learned. My camera's dying, y'all. That means I chatted enough. I talked enough. Let me know if y'all like this little sit down or whatever chit chat. I'm thinking about doing this every Friday. Just talk about different things with y'all. And yeah, like certain life situations I experienced and went through. I want to do like a chit chat Friday. Comment below. Let me know if y'all like this. If y'all like listening to me talk. I hope I didn't drag this out. I know I did have to pause because my man was calling me. And then I ended up taking a shower and all that. But I'm about to open this wine, and I'm about to watch For the Love of Money. I think that's what it's called. I'm probably late watching that show, but I was watching it last night. I watched a few episodes.